Guess who's back? Me. Okay, I'm anticipating that I'll make it at least a bit more vibey with put some music, put some lights here and there, make it look cool. But yeah, it's me in flesh. How you been? I know for you it's probably like just about 20 days since I last posted. For me, it's been a month and a half since I even recorded a video. Mad. By the way, apologies for me being topless, but the fact that you can't see my nipples means it's all censored, so you don't need to worry. Everything is out of the view. You just can see my plain shoulders. Sorry, they're not bench. I'm getting to there soon enough. But you can just look at my pretty face, because I'm feeling myself today. Yeah, a month and a half. Reasonable amount has happened. Here and there, up and down, to the sides, all around. Things have been happening. Instead of giving myself some time restraints or just how I want this talk to go on, I'll keep it chill. If anything, now I'm in my editing mindset, so I'm just thinking like I'll just be sitting, talking, and I'll edit it after to make it pretty decent, hopefully. By decent, I mean just cut out unwanted parts and make it into an actual video. Because that being said, I would say I finally consider myself an actual videographer. It took me 7 months to actually reach the point where I consider myself to be a videographer. And as during the break where I wasn't making videos for YouTube. If that's not a sign that breaks are super necessary in terms of your growth and journey in whatever field you are in, then I don't know what is. This break has been super beneficial to me. Being able to redirect where I put my time and energy, saying that can take a break, and then that's where I'm heading at. You know, it allows my mind to just consider different things, think about, process different functions, you know. Even though it's in the same field, it's very necessary. But yeah, the main decision behind giving myself this break was because I wanted to focus on my personal business a bit more, which I have done, which allowed it to progress just a tad bit, to the point where I pretty much sorted everything out to be able to open my business and start selling for the first time. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Anyways, I got my milk here. I got my biscuits here. I got my little notepad of topics I want to discuss. Since it's my first video back, might as well consider. But I want to keep it. It's been 5 minutes. What have I talked about so far? Damn, this video might be long. Who knows? The thing is, I am not making videos. Like, these talking videos are not in line with what people generally enjoy sitting down and watching and listening to. Who fucking cares? I won't swear anymore. Apologies. Anyways, during this talk, I shall roll myself. I shall roll by mixing two different blends. Inception, to have their dreamy dreams, because I'm kind of feeling it. Even though, to be fair, like last night, I've had a lot of dreams. I realized the last few nights I have been sleeping mad, like a lot. It's been like crucial rest. It's because my body has been recovering from working out. But it's in these rests where I am getting the most dreams. And I think it's because my body is able to enter the REM sleep by itself more effectively, because it understands it needs it in order to recover better. So perhaps the way to have more dreams is to tire yourself out physically and mentally. That's an idea to ponder on. So inception and a nap on a field. So dreams and to help me enter the state of rest. I usually never really mixed before, and this is the first time I'm mixing these two. Why not experiment? Why not experiment? That's the... Oh yeah, if you didn't know, that is my business. Blends. I in fact also have two more. Focus Pocus and Flaccid Thorns. Maybe that will be my next mix to try out. Although I understand this might not be the best idea to showcase smoking on video, but I am a firm believer in my product, in how it's quite much healthier, even though I have no studies to prove that. That's perhaps for the future, once my business establishes itself to a decent amount, where I can earn enough to have the study taken. For now, my lungs are my own studies. My lungs are the proof of just how it works, or perhaps of how it does not damage as much as general smoking. But yeah, as I'm rolling, as we're talking, I shall proceed with the rest of the topics. In this month and a bit, yeah, like in the month of June, where I was stopping recording, I was reaching a weird state in my mental life mood state, and I generally just did in fact need a break from a lot of things. That's a sign I'm telling the truth. One of the things was YouTube, since I understood that, yeah, I wanted to take a step back and overlook what I've been through, how it has been, the progress I made, and just where I want to head on in the future. And at that stage where I was deciding to take a break, I had no idea what I wanted to be doing. And in fact, there were a few moments where during this break, just suddenly the ideas came to me, and I'll talk about this later, don't worry, but keep an eye out for the content changing of my channel actually having its own genre. Is that a way to put it? Because there must have been people that already done it. Why am I talking about this now? Sorry, I wanted to talk about the things that I've cut down. One of them is YouTube. The other one is screen time. I have in fact cut down on my screen time. More specifically, watching TV before bed, which I have not been doing for, let's say, a good 3-4 weeks. And I found that very nice and refreshing. No need to, because yeah, it is, I have a TV right in front of my fucking bed. Of course it's comfortable and it's very cool to just watch something like that. And it's pretty big TV, so it's good vibes. But I had to tell myself stop. I finished the TV show that I was watching and I was like, it's enough. And yeah, I wanted to cut down on that so I can be more intentional with the time I spend. The last hour I spend before bed and the first hour I spend after bed. I have also been trying not to turn on my computer straight away, and just focus on just at least writing down what I want to do in the day ahead, what are my plans. And yeah, like today, I did turn on a computer, but like much later after I finished, like good 6 hours later, finished the set aims I set for myself, which is fucking lovely. Put simply, lovely. But yeah, the main reason for that was to also encourage me to read before bed, which I have been doing. And I have been reading my poem book, which I have showed off on my channel in some previous videos. I have not finished it, in fact. It's not like I've been reading it every night. Some nights I just shower, stretch, have some water, go to bed. And that's also an amazing thing. Like, I haven't been filling up this space with like screens. I've been like focused on just preparing myself for bed and preparing myself for a nice rest, which was once again lovely. The other thing that I have, in fact, cut down on is weed, the marijuana. My lovely Mary Jane. I have made a decision to enter my weed break during the last month of summer. I say last month, like 50 days minimum. I was finishing the batch that I had and I was like, I really can't be asked to order more. I could feel within myself I needed this break. Otherwise, no shit would have been done. One of the best decisions I made. I kept postponing it a lot of times, but I'm glad that I did it now. Because, yeah, it was a crucial moment for me. And having a sober mind is oh so necessary. That's why I'm okay with rolling and smoking on my video right now. Because this is just plants. This won't get me high. This won't alter my state of mind. During sleep, maybe. But in a good way. My brother also gave me sage to try. I don't know if I should be showing it. Apparently it's illegal in UK. Moving on. Okay, yeah, as you already picked up, I am back into stretching and working out. Fuck yeah. Last 2 weeks I have been working out. A couple days ago I went to work out in a parkour park with my friend. That's when we did a lot of pull-ups and I overworked my lats and they hurt. Like, I've never had my lats hurt this much. It was wild. I definitely overworked them. Hence, like, for the last couple of days they've been super sore. So the entire day yesterday, even at work, I spent like stretching them out. Hence why today they're quite alright and I'm very proud of myself. I finally got back into stretching and fuck yeah. Just fuck yeah. I'm glad, like, little by little I'm cutting out and bringing in healthier things into my life, into my process of living, that just, yeah, it just all feels so much better. Genuinely. I love it. I am in fact going to be smoking in my room because my mum is not staying at the flat currently. My brother is sleeping, and it's my fucking room. I do what I want. This is not weed. It won't stink up like that. It might get smoky, but I'm okay with that. Do you like the ambiance of the room? Some sunset lamp in the back. I do got a candle right here. Should I do this here so you can see? Oh, you can see the shadows. You can see the flickering. Look at that. Should I turn this off? Nah. Alright. The Zutik. I'll call this Zutik. And I don't even need a lighter. I got a lighter right here. I shouldn't be showing. I don't know what I can show and not. The fuck? Anyways. Let's as I light this up, let's have some serious talk about what you should expect in the future videos. You should indeed, as I mentioned before, something I want to get into more is narrations. Just have a video and it's like more focused in like me talking about something that's not like this. Not just me in front of a camera, you know, something is happening and then I record a voiceover after to do with that. Yes, I won't go into too much detail. I have stuff in mind that I want to do. I already had it recorded months ago. I'll try that out and we'll see where it goes. The other thing that you should expect to see on my channel is my business content, because that's in fact what I've been doing in the past 2 weeks. 1 week. 2 weeks. 1 week? A week and a half. 2 weeks. Making content for my business. Instead of saying business, I shall say the name of my business. Blendy. I've been making content for Blendy. It's been very fun because that's the first time that I've practiced the narration and implemented it. I have been able, like, that's what made me realize I have entered the phase of actually being a videographer. Taking like 50 different shots, combining it into a small video, and then fitting it under a script. Another thing, I've been writing a script to do with that. And just let me show you the page that I printed out for my next video that I already filmed everything. That was me today finishing it off, and then tomorrow I'll spend the entire day editing it, and hopefully tomorrow is all I need to finish it. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, here's the page. This is the script, and then the pink is, I wrote by the side what shots I basically want to make for that line that I'm saying, and then I was like marking it out as I was getting those shots down. So yeah, I'm thinking as an actual videographer now, which is weird. Not weird. This is what I was aiming for. Like, that's the thing. I started doing YouTube for the sake of just journaling, talking, letting my thoughts out. I didn't necessarily have a larger aim behind it. At the point where I started YouTube, I didn't know how beneficial it will be for me, because all this practice, all this past time in the last half a year was for me to get comfortable with the camera, with the editing, with my voice, to be able to make content for Blendy. It's crazy how beneficial it was for me to actually be able to do this. And I'm so proud of making that decision. I'm so delighted that I was able to do that. So yeah, one thing you should expect to see is my Blendy content that I already made. I made 2 videos currently. Well, I made 1 video currently. The second video is being made tomorrow. And yeah, to get more reach, to get more notice on my business, I shall be posting it on YouTube as well. It's just been Instagram Reels, and they're not getting the traction my business deserves. Soon enough, after I upload it on YouTube, I shall also finally create a TikTok account and post that. You know, get all the markets in, get people from everywhere. Yes, and the third and final thing you should expect on my channel, it's to do with narrations as well, but less like me actually scripting them. It's more to do with me reading poetry and me reading other extracts that I find interesting. In terms of poetry, I shall be reading poetry from the books that I enjoyed. And perhaps just it'll be more so for me to get comfortable with reading, get even more comfortable with my voice and just how I narrate, understand and learn how to read poetry better, the intonations, the structure of it, and yeah, share the poetry that I enjoyed. Currently I have more than 2 poetry books, but there's 2 that I actually enjoyed. That one by Anna Akhmatova, but there's another one by Xerbia. So yeah, I'll just be sharing specific poems that I enjoyed and perhaps my thoughts on them. I'll make a series out of it. I have not searched up if people do that. I'm sure people do that, but I don't even want to search up to see how they do it. I just want to do it my way, of how I currently envision it, how I'll feel is right for me. And yeah, I am looking forward to that. Damn, this video is reaching 30 minutes soon. I'll cut it down, don't worry. But it will be a long video. That's why will I even be able to edit it before I go on holiday? We'll see. We shall see. That's another thing. I am going on holiday this week in 3 days. I finished my 4 closes at work in a row, and this week I no longer have work. So yeah, I am going on holiday. I am going to France. I'm going to Nantes and then Paris. To Paris I haven't been in 15 years. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's my view of it with my developed mind, with my understanding of cities and just how it all structured and how it all works and the energy it brings, the people, the culture, the food, you know. So I'm willing to give it another shot. My friend is there, so I haven't seen her in over a year, maybe 2 years. So yeah, 2 years. So I'm looking forward to that. I won't need to pay for accommodation either. But yeah, it is a spontaneous trip. I am meeting someone in Nantes as well. Someone who perhaps we had a connection. I was like, fuck it, I'll fly over. But for some reason, I feel like we won't see each other. And it's for the past month, I have been preparing myself for that mentally, if that will be the case. And it's I brought myself to the point where it was that's okay, because if there won't be anyone I'll be seeing in Nantes, I'll turn that those 2-3 days into a moment of just disassociation from the world. I will lock myself out from social what are they? Social apps. And just escape. Allow myself to escape and just live a simple life in a random city in France, you know? I am all for that. If things don't work out as they first initially planned, just find a new way to enjoy it. There's no need to embellish yourself in sorrow or neglect the positives of life, you know. Usually, like, as I said multiple times, I love change. I enjoy change. I invite change. I'm all about change. If you're still the same after 5 years, what the fuck have you been doing? Please. If I'm still the same in 5 years, like, there's no way I will allow myself to be the same in 5 years in terms of my looks or in terms of how I think or in terms of how I live. It has to change, bro. It has to change. What are you doing with your life if you're staying comfortable? You know, if you're staying just in your little nook and it's just, yeah, I won't grow out of this. I'll be here. What the fuck are you doing? You're ruining your possibility of becoming something greater. Some people look back and just look back on their life and like it brings them a lot of guilt, a lot of cringe, a lot of just, oh, I wish I did that, I wish I didn't do that, I wish, fuck, I went down the other path. It's like, bro, I wish I didn't make those mistakes. I wish I was a better human. I wish I wasn't a fucking dickhead. Who fucking cares, bro? You're still young. 20, 25, 30? Bro, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been a shit human. I've broken promises. I've taken my word for granted. But is mantra the right word? I'm manifesting and claiming the fact I am planning to live till 100. I am not even 25 yet. I'm 25 in a few months. If by 100 I will look back and understand that most of my mistakes or the shitty decisions I've made were only in the first quarter of my life, and the rest, like, I was able to function, have a better mindset, have a better viewpoint, have a healthier, stabilized way of living, that'll be fucking great. Why do I need to be feeling constant guilt about what I've done previously? I need to keep moving. I'm in the process of changing myself, of making myself into a better human. I cannot be constantly looking back on the mistakes that I made before. I need to be becoming the better human. I can't be becoming the better human if I'm focusing on how I was a lesser human. There is a thing of how when people go through a rapid change within themselves, either be it, usually as an example, is to do with people who lose weight a lot. They have this drastic change in themselves. And when they see after they had that change, when they see other overweight people, they get like really mad at them because they themselves were able to like push through all the, like, you know, all the troubles, all the forceful, just the amount of force that they needed to be able to make that step, many steps into losing that weight, you know. And when they see the person that is not doing that, it just brings like anger inside of them. I think usually it tends to be not actually like towards that person, but it's because they themselves see themselves in that person, and they're just like getting those shitty feelings of like, what the fuck are you doing? In a simpler sense, of how I first experienced that was growing up. I was very indecisive. To an extent, I still am, but it's like it improved so much. I was like super indecisive. And I found myself when I was interacting with indecisive people, like I was feeling this anger. I was like, it's like fucking decide already. So it's like I think that emotion comes from just remembering of how we were prior, how we were before, and remembering just through how much we had to go through to change that within ourselves. And I am so that I was trying to remember the initial point I was going to say to do with all this topic. Um, yes, the initial topic is that I am starting to feel that right now. Well, I'm realizing I'm feeling that right now. Um, Actually, I've been feeling that for a while now, but I've just identified it recently of how to do with change. You saw where it all started from with me talking about change within self. I've changed a lot in the last 5 years, like a lot. And I've occasionally seen people from school, people I knew from like 6 years ago, you know. And it's like, for a lot of them, I'm looking at them, it's like, it's still the same person. You are still you who you were back then. And it was just, for me, it's mind boggling. For me, it's like, have you lived? Like, have you truly lived? If you truly live, you will not stay as you. If you truly lived, you'll be willing to experience everything. And experiences change who you are. Experiences give you new thoughts, new ideas, new perceptions of life, of living. It's like, I don't know. I low-key don't exactly know where this obsession for change actually came from, or where it started from. I think it's because for most of my life I've been feeling like it wasn't changing. For most of my teenage years, it was like school. When I'm home, I'm playing games. I don't have friends to hang out till literally the first time I hanged out with friends from school was the last days of year 11, of the last days of my secondary school during summer. And that was the first time. In my sixth form is when I've actually had friends, you know, I say actually had friends, I mean like friends that I was with even outside of school. And it's like, I think I'm just mostly confused as to why people wouldn't want to change. Whatevs. Whatevs that I don't. I was not expecting that conversation to be like that. Let me have a biscuit, shall I? Dip it in milk. Okay, this will be an interesting long chat. Like, I was not expecting this. I already talked about all my points. It ended on what you should expect in my future videos. But yeah. Let me have another cookie. But yes, one of the things that I've started doing, I've created a new Instagram account specifically for just me, to be able to post my thoughts and my writings and my poetry, you know. And I found that to be very helpful because it gave me a space to like post my thoughts. It's for them to not just like collect dust in my notes. That's one of the main reasons, because there was just a lot of stuff. So it's like neater, more visible for me, more understandable when it's structured in like my highlights on Instagram. And yeah, that's one of the things I really enjoyed doing recently. Just making myself write. 10% battery. Am I really gonna run out of battery before it reaches an hour? That's one of the things why I'm excited into just creating narration videos, because I understood I am able to write a script. I am able to write my thoughts in an interesting manner. In terms of poetry, eventually I might be willing to talk about my poetry. Eventually I'll be sharing my writing here and there. So like, since the beginning of this break that I've had, I knew for a fact that I just wanted to get more comfortable and understanding in terms of how I want to present my writing, my thoughts. It's so nice to see that giving myself space from just the action of doing allowed me to like envision this sphere of creativity that I possess. The sphere of creativity has grown exponentially within 2025, within the last 7 months, and I mean it, exponentially. I have managed to find a new craft of videography and actually get better at it, and actually, most importantly, enjoy it. I have been able to find my own way of doodling, fucking crucial in terms of my just simple artistic skills and artistic expression, in terms of drawing. I have gotten I wouldn't say incredibly comfortable. I have gotten more accustomed with expressing my thoughts in a written manner through vocabulary, through poetry, through just expressive writing in general. And even my poetry, it's, how do I explain? It's not like specific, just like boom, poem. Nah. My poetry is more of like, they have some rhymes. They're not fixated on rhymes. They're not fixated on specific structure. I just do whatever that just comes out. In most senses, it is still journaling, but I write it. I try to put it in more creative manner. So yeah, to me it's crazy to think that I'm so into like creative writing and just language, because back in secondary school, let me tell you a fun fact, I was fucking set for. But I think the main reason for that, or for me just constantly being in the low sets, was due to my language, since English was my second language. And back in school, I wasn't that proficient in it. So now that I've gotten like so much more comfortable with talking, that I guess I'm discovering that my mind actually finds interest in it. And yeah, That's fun. What other creative expressions have there been? Talking about creativity, I have bought myself a membership for a art gallery, Tate Modern, and a 4-year membership where I can go to any paid membership exhibition for free and bring another person as well. That was a very important part, so I can like bring people with me and have a reason to like go out to like, you know, have an idea for a day of what to do. And yeah, it's been cool. It's like giving myself an opportunity to surround myself with art, with people, with interesting people that found their own ways of expression, of getting through ideas, of getting through their cultures, their wants, their needs. It's very cool. And I found that, yeah, I've seen quite very cool stuff, and I'm constantly amazed by just whenever I see an artist that you can feel their patience through their work, about how tedious it is or how long it took, and it's just I'm always amazed by that, because I can't really do tedious work. I can't really, if there's something small, it's just you have to constantly fuck no. No, I'd rather not. I forgot the name of the artist that I did see twice already. I'll show you the work here. Yeah, it's textile, and it's very cool. I'll leave it at that. I actually got a newspaper from the exhibit. Oh, that's his name. Do Hosa. It's a Korean man. But yeah, I got a newspaper, and that's one of the videos I'll do. I'll turn this newspaper into a collage, and I'll be talking over it. Yeah. I hope you find that interesting. Mm. Mm. That's the thing of just how you know, how I know that I've been on a journey of connecting with my creative path. It's the ideas that come left, right, and center into my head of just like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I'll enjoy doing that. I'll enjoy finding a way of discovering of how to do that. I'll enjoy of the process of understanding of how to do that. I'll enjoy the process of just fucking doing. And it's like, it's cool. I have this whiteboard on my wall now. So far, for the longest time, it just had one. For the longest time, it was empty. Until I finally bought markers like a week ago. Then it had just one thing written on it, and it's just a checklist of the things I need before I leave my house, so I can just read it instead of just running around my room trying to find and remember what I actually need. But yeah, I should also use it to write my creative ideas of what I want to be doing, so they don't dissipate into nothingness. That's one of the main reasons I started journaling it to begin with. Not journaling, but like recording myself speaking, because I forget shit easily, and sometimes instantly. How much battery do I have? 6%. We will reach 1 hour. I should do like an hour and 5 minutes, because I imagine I will cut at least 5 minutes off. Jeez, damn, I'll have to be sitting through an hour of content to edit it. That'll be interesting. I might censor myself smoking because, I don't know, is there a point? But yeah, damn. I really wasn't expecting to be talking so much. I literally was thinking like, 15 minutes. Just go through my points, yeah. Have it be. But then I had the idea of just rolling and smoking and keeping it chill and laid back. Who knows? Maybe someone out there will enjoy my thought process. Even though I struggle with making my words flow out in a sophisticated, clean, smooth manner, just like Heinz does. Or come up with just random, interesting, funny phrases, just like Theo Von does. But I guess I'm on a path of discovering my own way of interaction with you. I'm still on the path of understanding how to interact with myself. But I feel like that path is going to be a long one. Even though I do know how to interact, like, I love the way that I interact with myself and with life in general. I love the way that I have built up my outlook towards it. I thought I ashed my milk, but no, it's just cookie residue floating in there. But I just remembered, in terms of poetry in the past, like this year, in terms of how I explored the creative output within poetry, is understanding the different manners of presenting my poetry. My poetry was born through sorrow, usually through the end of my relationships. That's where I had the urge to write poetry. And at the beginning, that's the only way I did it. That's the strongest emotion that birthed the want of forming sentences, phrases, and words to become a beautiful piece. Then eventually, like, I could see, like, 2 years after that, I could see, like, is it really just going to be only when I'm sad that I'm writing this? Am I going to be able to write when I'm happy? And that was the second part of learning and understanding of how to write poetry when I'm happy. Another time, which was actually like a month or two ago, I delved into understanding how to write poetry in a what's the word? In a romantic, intimate, sexy, spicy manner. That was interesting. I deleted most of that stuff because, but that was interesting. Time. I shall leave that side away for a while being. And very recently, and like, in the process of understanding how to write comedic poetry, because I'm writing comedic narrations now, but it's like there's one poem that I started off with comedic mannerism, so that will be my next step, I feel like. So yeah, exploring the possibilities. That's all life needs to be. It's all about exploring possibilities, exploring options, and just putting yourself in all those options. Because whatever will come out, you best believe that will be a better version of you. If you put yourself into everything, then that everything will leave a mark on you. Even if you can't see it, even if you can't feel it, that thing, that experience lives within you. You become a new version of you after that. That's why don't be against bad experiences. Don't be against sorrow. Don't be against anger. Although anger is something I'm proud of how I am able to control and keep stable. Even through anger, I understand a lot through frustration. Because, yeah, like sorrow, frustration, and anger, like these feelings are usually the strongest in us. And usually they're like trying to tell us something. That's us trying to tell ourselves something. So reflect upon that. And once you understand the reasoning, of why it started, why it birthed, why it keeps coming back. Yeah. From that, you'll understand the different side of you. A very low battery, 3%. Shall I go on until my phone shuts off? I'll be scared to lose this video. It's over an hour long now. Who knows, like the phone glitches and it's all lost. Would have been all for nothing. That would be very unfortunate. Damn. Alright. I shall end this. What is the time? Oh damn, it's 2:20. I really wasn't expecting it to be this long. I should have been asleep by now. Oh well, I guess I'll enjoy the rest of this night to myself. Have I talked about everything I wanted to? Probably, and more. I can't imagine anyone sitting through this entire video. Even if you sit through just 10 minutes, bro, thank you. I value you. I value your time and that you chose to spend it with me. Thank you so much. Like, I sometimes talk, like, I talk to you a lot, but it feels like I don't talk specifically to you. Does that make sense? And it's like, it's something I want to get better at. I think like that's the key aspect of what makes Hindsight just so amazing, in his connection that he builds with his audience, is how he's able to talk to you. He understands you when he cannot see you. He understands you even through the concepts of just knowing of who will be watching him. And it's like the interaction that he brings with that. That guy amazes me. That guy is incredible. But who knows? In 5-10 years, I could be that guy. I could be that guy that I'm looking up to right now. That's a good way to look at it. Don't be looking up to the people that already exist. Look up to you that's in the future. Look up to you that has shit sorted, that is able to function and flow on a rhythm that life brings, that understands self, that understands creative expression, that understands control of emotions, who has its intellect developed to formulate wisdom, their own thoughts, to polish off the mannerism, to greet every new day with gentleness, to show love to everyone and everything. That's who I look up to. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to the future that will come. and I hope you are too. See you later.